What is going on, guys? Today is April 23rd, 2026. I'm going to be going over the one trade I ended up taking today, which was a win. And yeah, this overall puts me up a little bit on the week with the loss on Monday, break even Tuesday, break even Wednesday. So yeah, it was really nice to get this win. And again, literally today was patience, patience, patience. There were a few setups that I also faded, and I'm going to explain to you why. And then I'm going to show you the explanation on why I actually ended up taking this long, because some people wouldn't agree with it. But this is super, super high analysis of why this was a trade idea that I wanted to take. So, or trade execution. So, first of all, going into open, I was actually bearish on the day. Like I wanted shorts, and that's literally what I was looking for all freaking day. Because right off of open, what we ended up doing is manipulating lower. And again, as you guys can see all of my draws that I'd already marked out. These are the draws I was super interested in, as well as this Asia low. This is actually a data low. So, something happened last night which indicated the market to absolutely dump. And this is what gave me my first indication to say, okay, this is a data wick. This could potentially be taken out, and so on. But I'm going to be going over the long that I ended up taking. Actually, a little bit more of my daily bias is like another reason why you kind of have to be patient in this scenario is like, yes, I was bearish. Like the draws and liquidity below are incredibly obvious. And I believe in a healthy market, like we would want to go and take those out. But what ended up happening is, or what we actually had as far as structure is we had this hourly gap above and this hourly gap down below. So realistically, we're kind of in range, right? So we're wanting to see some sort of, not necessarily a breakout, but you kind of want to scale down to the lower time frames and say, okay, which direction do we actually want to go? Um, is kind of like the biggest question you want to ask yourself. And the second thing is NQ is at all time highs, so it's already taken all time highs. So is ES, but ES has way more room to want to be bullish. Like now we're actually trading to all time highs, potentially making new all highs. So you're kind of wanting to watch ES in this example. And this is kind of how it's been all week. Like we've kind of been setting up the exact same way. And so today I was literally one of those things where I was like, okay, you know what? Like I'm bearish, but again, I'm not fading longs, because again, we're all time highs. You don't really want to short all time highs unless obviously proven otherwise. So what ended up happening off of open, we manipulated lower and created this bullish SMT. So this was actually the first long I actually was looking to take because we had a really good idea. And again, we had our new day opening gap that had not been filled yet. So again, when we have imbalances like this, and I'll show you. So this gap right here, oh my gosh, where is it? Why is it? There it is. So this whole gap right here needs to be filled. We're not wanting to just leave that in the market. Market stays efficient, always wants to fill these new day opening gaps, new week opening gaps, and you can always use them as your target. So I knew that we had that, and it was potentially a draw. So this was my first idea that I wanted to take a trade. Really, really quick displacement. The only reason why I did not take this is mainly because it was just so early into the market open, and I like to be patient in these kind of scenarios because it could, again, could just be manipulation. But again, we had a beautiful idea. We had to see it change in state delivery to the upside right here. So this was a potential long. With the S model, I like to go around a 25-point stop loss and then targeting about 50 points here. This was a trade that I liked. Again, we're still kind of in this range, especially like with this gap. And again, we have data lows down below, so it's kind of hard not to want to short this, and or hard to long this. So again, I marked this out. I forward tested it. I liked it just because of the delivery off this SMT, 1 minute SMT, and the change in state delivery that we had. And then as you guys can see, this ended up playing out. So again, the reason why you could have taken that as well is because you were so convicted of this new day opening gap, but the structure wasn't great. I wanted to be really patient. So now potentially you could be looking for shorts, right? There wasn't really any short structure that I liked in this area. We had this 5 minute, which is really what I was waiting for, and we actually ended up getting this 5 minute. And you could have taken this. So I actually I didn't forward test this. I just watched it, mainly because it was super extended. We also were literally jumping straight back into this 5 minute. And if this SMT wanted to hold, that's kind of like the biggest thing. This held for the whole entire day. So realistically, this was low of day. But again, as you can see, we got this 5 minute inverse, and we actually ended up getting more of like a decent flush. But again, so this would have gotten broke even, because I would have shorted, which the inversion happened at this right here. I would have targeted for around 50 points and or this draw, and this would have absolutely edged me. So mainly the reason why I would have wanted this target right here, again, this is more of like an ICE model, risk management targets, and kind of like what made my win rate the way it is. But this would have gone broke even anyway, because I was overall bearish and this didn't even deliver. So then again, break even trade here. And then I'm gonna show you the other ones I ended up fading. So now I'm being patient. If we were truly bearish, I would have wanted to see a manipulation into, not necessarily manipulation, but a fill of this 5 minute fair value gap and then some sort of delivery lower to finally target those lows. So that's another thing I was waiting for, but I'm gonna show you the 3 setups I ended up fading and why. So we had this 1 minute here that I was waiting for to get inversed. And we kind of played around for a bit. So now we got this inversion, and again, this would have gone stopped out, right? Because this would have been a break-even blind for me. I would have gone break-even here. The reason why I did not take this is where I'm giving out some sauce here. ES did not inverse this gap. This is the exact same fair value gap right here that we have on ES, and ES failed to do it. And ES in this example is the more bullish index. So if the more bullish index does not go bearish, why would you short the other index that's technically lying to you, right? So again, these are 3 shorts that I literally called out to the community as we're watching this. Okay, I'm not taking this. This is going to fail. Failed. Okay, then we're waiting for another. Okay, so now we got another inversion. But what did ES fail to do? Not inverse the gap. Also failed. And then I'm like, okay, so now at this point, I'm just wanting to see a 5 minute retrace here. Nothing that. Okay, so now we got this 5 minute retrace. And now at this point, I'm like, okay, if we're truly bearish, we're going to want to dump through this or like get a really good delivery now. Like we should not want to go any higher. And again, ES is overall bullish. So I'm kind of, skeptical about it. I would really need to see some really good displacement lower on ES to want to short NASDAQ to confirm that both indexes are bullish. Because technically, NASDAQ is lying to you at this point. It's not true. ES is truly bullish, and that's where the market actually wants to go. So now I'm, again, patient, waiting for this 5 minute inverse, which we never got. Not necessarily inverse. I'm waiting for it to be respected, right? So now we got the 5 minute inverse, which led me to be bullish. We also had a 5 minute CISD to the upside, which was actually right here. So like this was initially like a good long, but I wanted to be more patient for this 5 minute inverse. Why is this not moving? There we go. So again, I'm really, really patient at this point. I actually entered longs as soon as we inversed that 5 minute, but this is the other reason why. At this point, so this is the gap that I was really watching. If both indexes were truly bullish, right, or NASDAQ was going to follow ES, it would have to turn bullish, right? So we got the 5 minute inversion, and we inverse this 1 minute gap right here on both indexes. So that tells me, okay, both of these indexes are now bullish. I'm going to be watching the targets on ES because I think that's what we're really targeting to. We had 15 minute equal highs up above, 5 minute equal highs, also 1 minute equal highs. Like we each had equal highs up above overall. So this is realistically like what I was watching and wanting to see get taken out. So that was my main target. As soon as ES hit these highs, I was going to go ahead and manually close, and or you could have potentially held this for about 50 points. It's just, again, ICE model risk management, which is usually what I like to have my trades on. But with this, I like to get my piece of the pie and pretty much just call it there. So I caught for about a 1 to 1.5 risk to reward ratio here. Yeah, it was about here. So I closed here mainly because ES had taken out that high. Again, as you guys can see, we got really good delivery, break even at this high. So I actually missed my first initial break even. I didn't look like it hit that. And I would have gotten broke even, right? Actually, well, yeah, like it edges. So we actually made equal highs. So I did not go break even. We did kind of get into that area, so it was more discretionary of, do I want to go break even here? I ended up not going break even. All we wanted to do in this area was retest this inversion, and then that's what sent us higher. So again, just patient. And this whole entire trade right here as a whole, this is discretionary. We didn't have good delivery. I did not like the delivery and or the sponsorship of this trade. This was pretty much just a continuation trade watching the other index, because our more bearish index, which is lying, versus our more bullish index, which is obviously true at this point, which we never wanted to go bearish. NASDAQ's lying. As soon as NASDAQ goes bullish, gives us the confirmation that this wants to go higher. So this is discretionary. This isn't, okay, we filled a 5 minute or a 15 minute down below. This was literally just straight up discretionary. Like if you wanted to say like, okay, well, we had like a 2 minute retrace, cool, but no, that's not something I really wanted to like look for in this example. Another thing we had is like we had CISDs. Like this is more than like enough for me, to be honest with you. Like this 3 minute CISD, we didn't get the 1 minute CISD here, and that's realistically what I was like being patient for. As soon as we had a CISD back to the upside, I knew we were going to roll. So again, not break even yet. And then now I'm break even, and this plays out. So again, this guy's guy that goes to the point of, okay, so where do you want to have your stop loss or your take profit in this point? As soon as ES took out these 15 minute equal highs, I closed. mainly because that was discretionary. This was my main target for the day. If we wanted to continue higher on ES, sure. But these were the equal highs I was really looking for. Really, really good draw. And yeah, I was able to have a decent day. So can't really complain much. And again, I'm going to show you guys my executions one more time. Yeah, so here's my executions. Entered longs after this inversion and break even side is high, and never really, it just completely ripped. So yeah, that was overall my trade recap on the day. If you guys have any questions, you guys in the comment section. And if you want to live trade with me, Ice Community is now live, like I'd already said. Took this live, so students hit as well. And yeah, they're learning a lot. And if you guys are interested in joining, you could ask questions. But it is in my Instagram bio. And yeah, I'm going to continue to do these. I know I slowed down for a little bit because I wanted to really prioritize the ice community, but I'm going to start posting these on YouTube more because I think, some of you guys find this super beneficial. So, yeah, that's pretty much it on my trade recap on the day. Like and comment and subscribe as well. And I'm going to have some more cool content coming here pretty soon. I have a lot of things planned for the summer. So going to be a really, really good time. But yeah, overall W day, I would relatively call this week break even so far with this win. Maybe a little bit up, but maybe a few $100, but overall break even. And yeah, really good trade on the day and gonna call it there. So catch you guys on the next video.